I feel like every man needs a female friend. Yep. Every man needs to experience having a female friend. Many men need to experience, possibly even being in the friend zone. I believe that you need to get this experience out early because this, believe it or not, will show you exactly what female nature is. This will show you to the manipulative behavior of women. This will expose, you know, what and how women truly, feel about men and how they deal with men on a regular basis. Listen, I got a few stories for y'all. Story time. Story time. I got a few stories for y'all. So, I had a best friend in high school, right? And, she was cute, nice looking, all that, right? And, I had a crush on her since sophomore year of high school, right? Listen, when I was in high school, I would probably be considered a lame. And listen, I'm not about to cap to y'all. Listen, I'm not about to tell no lies and act like I was just a cool kid in class. No. I would probably be considered a lame. Like I wasn't the lame. I wasn't the bottom. I wasn't the bottom of the barrel lames, okay? I wasn't the bottom of the barrel lames, but I was above the lame lames, right? The dorks with the glasses and all of them, right? I was just above that. I wasn't a cool kid, but I was just, just below that, just above the lames, right? And she was the popular pretty girl, right? And I always had a crush on her. I always liked her, but because of because of the class system, right? We already know how they go. I wasn't in her class, right? And not saying like graduating class, we were in the same grade, but what I mean is just like we have a class system, in the country, right? You got your upper middle class, you got your rich, you got your everybody else at the goddamn bottom, right? So I was considered the bottom of the barrel, right? She was considered upper class to rich, right? So just like y'all already know how the high school class works, right? Everybody's in their different sections, everybody in their different perspective groups, right? She was in the upper middle class to rich, so they weren't allowed to date down, right? You could be just like in real life. You can be the man, the boy in the upper middle class. You can reach down and grab a bitch up, right? The man can always grab down and reach the bitch up, but women can never grab down and pick the man up. But that's neither here nor there, right? So we didn't date until our senior year, right? We dated our senior year. We was friends the whole time. We were best friends the whole time. So before I even get to the senior year thing, uh, we were best friends the whole time. We talked about all her different guy friends and boyfriends and listen, she told me everything. Everything. She told me everything, right? I knew when dudes, Peter Whackers was too small, pause, no Diddy, right? She told me all about all the times that, dudes had little Peter Whackers, right? She told me about all the times and this I didn't listen, this was unwarranted information. But she told me about all the times dude was hitting it right, had the big Peter Whackers, right? Listen, she told me all of it. She told me about the times where, she had to go into that clinic, right? Not just a clinic for pregnancy scare, but she had to go in that clinic for get a little a little shot in the arm, right? Go in there and get a little shot. Listen, what I've learned from being women's friend, right? They are some sinister individuals, right? She would literally tell me about where what place she put this guy in, right? She'll tell me where she put that guy in, the place that she put that guy in, right? She would literally tell me about the guys who were, so in love with her, right? So in love with her, and she just wasn't feeling it, and you know, listen, this not gonna work out, but I'm just dragging it along because he do this, that, and the third for me. I learned early. I learned early, right? I learned that, damn, these chicks really don't care, right? You can think that you in good with a chick, but then in reality, right, she falsifying information, right? She telling all your business. Listen, gentlemen, listen, if you got a chick right now, if you got a chick and she got female friends, and you know some of those little friends, they single, they be thotting and plotting, right? Listen, she telling all your business. She telling all your business, right? Everything, all the little secrets that you thought was just between you and her. Nah, she telling all your secrets, my guy. She telling all your secrets. Listen, what I've learned from being friends with females is most of them can't hold water. Most of them can't hold water to save their goddamn life. They can't hold water. They telling, and then, don't let them have a male best friend. Don't let them have a male friend. Cause guess what? He plotting. He plotting. This is how I know not to never allow any kind of male friend around my chick. Right? This is why I was red pill early. I told y'all this already. I was woken up early. This is how I knew never to allow a man around your chick that she called friend. Because let me tell you something. All the chicks that I've ever called friend, I hit. every chick, every chick that I quote unquote call friend, I hit sooner or later. I hit sooner or later. Right? Listen, I was sitting around plotting, hoping to get my chance. Yep. I was the blue pill simp beta male orbiter. Yep, yes, I was. I admit it. What now? I admit it. You can't use nothing against me. I admit it all. Yep. Once upon a time, I was the simp gump beta male orbiter orbiting around your hoe. Yep, like this. Ooh, ooh, orbiting, right? I didn't get it. I didn't get in good this month. I didn't get in good that next month. I didn't get in good this year. I'm gonna get that ass. I'm gonna get it. See, this is why betas be winning. This is why the simps are winning. Listen, this is the truth. Simps are winning out here. I said it before. Simps are winning. Why? Because simps got their eyes on the prize, right? Listen, if you're a man and you classify yourself as a man's man, and you say that you're masculine, then you've also been a blue pill, beta male, orbiter, simp ass, dump ass, son of a b. You can't sit up here and act or pretend like on your way upwards to into your masculinity that you ain't never been in this situation. And some of you still ain't hit. Some of you still ain't get a chance to do anything, right? But yeah, that was me. I was orbiting around, just waiting on my chance. And lo and behold, I finally got that chance. We finally started dating senior year, right? It was still an unorthodox situation because, like I said, she was the popular one, right? But everybody knew she had a little crush on me. She got a little crush on me eventually. Like, she always tried to act like, she didn't like me and all that stuff. But in reality, the kid was the kid. You hear me? That boy was that boy. I was always him. So she tried to pretend like she don't like you. And this is another thing about female nature. Listen, they'll keep you around They'll keep you around that. They'll let you orbit around them, right? This is why, gentlemen, don't never allow women to play games with you, right? Women know immediately if they want you or not. Women know immediately what their plans are to handle you or to do with you, right? They already immediately put you in spots, right? After you say a few words, after y'all have a few conversations, a few phone calls, right? Y'all chatted up for a little bit. She already know what spot she gonna put you in. Female nature. They already know. So a lot of men, they'll still hover around hoping that, that they're the main one, hoping that they're the boyfriend material, hoping that they're the husband material, right? When she got you in her phone as eater. She got you in her phone as eater. You ain't never slid your little Peter Whacker in her. But when it's time to go, oh yeah, she pushing your face down. That's all you getting. Yes, sir. All you eating is pizza. All you eating is pizza. You ain't doing nothing else. All you eating is pizza. Listen, I've been in there. I've been in a situation. I've been in that situation. I was the beta male simp orbiter. This is why I'm explaining to you. It's two sides to the coin. I'm explaining to you the beta male simp orbiter, and I'm explaining to you female nature. See, it's not necessarily that women don't want the beta male simp orbiter. They actually do, right? The beta male simp orbiter is safe in their mind because the beta male simp orbiter, he's willing to wait the long game, right? So the long game is classified in their head as marriage. So this guy, he's willing to wait this long. I know he waiting on me. I know he feeling me. He's willing to wait this long to wait on the punani, to wait on me to give him a chance, right? He's waiting on me. So I know I could possibly let this guy, marry me, right? This is how they be thinking. So yes, like she got you saved in her phone as eater because you don't care. You was like, no, I ain't gotta, we ain't gotta do that. Just let me eat that punani. just let me eat that punani. Look. I know how y'all was. I know exactly what you said. Listen, we don't have to do all that. Listen, I understand you want to take it slow. Listen, I know you said you were a virgin. Yeah, she lied to you, huh? Yeah, I know you said you were a virgin. Yeah, we don't, but let's take our time. Let's take our time. Let me just slide a little tongue down there. Let me just pause, no diddy. Right? So all of the chicks, listen, I was just waiting on my time. Right? So we ended up dating, and that didn't last long because we ended up going to colleges in two different states, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work. And let me tell you about another situation, right? Speaking of college, right? So when I was in college, it was this, I ain't gonna say her name, but it was this chick, right? It was this chick that, me and my homeboy at the time, we were just kind of like, we were flirting back and forth with her, right? She couldn't make up her mind who she really wanted, right? So push came to shove, right? Push came to shove, and you know, one day, I'm in a room with her, I get to shove it. And not in, she said she was a virgin, so not in that way, but I get to shove and like, yeah, you need to feel this. Mm-hmm. You need to feel this. And she got the feelings like, ooh, you bigger than your friend. What you just say? Yeah, you bigger than him. He's small. Listen, gentlemen. Listen. And she was both of our friends. She was both of our friends. Listen, the thing that y'all need to understand about female nature is, listen, a woman will tell you the whole truth and the complete truth. So help her God if y'all are in that friend zone. It's just something about being a friend. It's just something about, being in that friend zone that women are just capable of telling you the whole truth, right? Female nature is undefeated, right? When you in that relationship, women be, lying to you and trying to spare your feelings and all that stuff. But when you really in with them, when you really like their friend, because just being on their friend, they have like a level of respect for you, and they also, you almost in that same category as like, the girlfriends, right? Because with girlfriends, they don't hold back. They tell each other everything, anything, everything. What size he was, what was the width, the girth, and all that stuff. Did he moan? Was it a lot? Did you take it good? Pause, no diddy. They tell him everything. Did you swap? Listen, they tell it all. So kind of when you a male, when you in that, they kind of put you in that same category as the girlfriends. They telling you similar things to the girlfriends, right? Especially now, this is a key thing. This is a key thing, right? This is a key thing. Like I said, y'all heard me say that all of the chicks, that I ever classified as friends, I hit, right? I got in them guts. I got in that mouth, right? The reason why they felt so comfortable telling me those things, listen, because they were already sexually attracted to me, right? And does that have to be the case all the time? Not necessarily, but for the most part, like I said, they already predetermine your spot. And yeah, you may not be, that guy, right? Because like I was telling y'all with the best friend situation, with my high school, best friend, right? She was messing with, super tall guys and, you know, thugalicious guys and all of those bad boy types and all of that stuff. And, she probably dated a few smart guys and they were just like super attractive. Like I tell y'all all the time, listen, I wasn't him back then, but now I'm him. Like I had to grow into myself. So I'm definitely more handsome than I was back then, right? But I wasn't that guy back then, right? But there were traits, and maybe they felt like I was handsome back then. Who knows? But there were traits that I was exhibiting that they felt comfortable with relaying such information to me, right? That same comfortability, right? Listen to me. That same comfortability will allow a chick to slip them panties off, right? That's why they say a shoulder to cry on is a what? Is a to ride on, right? So every chick, like even it didn't matter. Even after I got out of high school, the chicks that tried to like play and act like they didn't like me, the chicks that were in the friend zone, right? Who tried to act like they didn't want to date with me or mess with me just because I wasn't like the cool kid and all that stuff. Yeah, I slid in the DM, slid in the chat, right? When I was driving Uber back then, I scooped up a few of them. Listen, right? And they get to flirting and all of that. Oh, now y'all like me. Now y'all like me. But the thing is, gentlemen, women will play all day long. I learned female nature early, early. That's why women in their 20s wait until their 40s and because they want to have fun all of their 20s. Listen, it makes sense because they were doing the same thing in high school. They were doing the same thing in college. They were doing the same exact thing, right? It don't fail no matter what phase of life they in. They always think they have time. That's another thing. Women always think they have time. That's why they feel like they can play with the quote unquote good guys. That's why they feel like they can play with the quote unquote kind guys, the nice guys, and the quote unquote boyfriend material, the husband material, and all that stuff. That's why they feel like they can play with you, right? That's why they feel like they can wait all this time and then finally, oh, I'm ready after all these guys done hit, right? After all these guys done got up in these guts, after I done sucked all of these guys, now I'm ready for you. Right? Even in high school, that's what I keep telling y'all. Listen, they were racking up bodies back then. Right? They were racking up bodies back then. Chicks was having already uh 15 body count, and back then in high school was like, you know, yeah, it was like, dang, that's a lot, but it was like, oh, okay. Especially if the chick was pretty, like, and you knew she got around, like, yeah, 15. Like the chicks was putting up numbers back then over the dudes, right? You had to be that dude to be doing 15 junior sophomore year in high school. But these chicks was getting around. They've been getting around. And that's also I came into understanding female nature. Listen, there was rarely virgins back then. There were rarely virgins back then. I can literally count on my fingers the times that I've met a virgin from 14 years old, from 13 to 14 years old, all the way up until today, 28 years old. I can literally count on one hand, the amount of virgins that I've met and probably took. Right? The rest of these chicks, bro, they weren't virgins back then. So imagine a chick racking up 15 bodies in high school. Right? This was 20 teens. They were racking up 15, 16 bodies back then before graduation. So imagine when they got to college. Boom, that's quadruple. So you're talking about 30, 40, 50 bodies. Imagine after college, now adulthood, like real adulthood. Oh, they racking up even more bodies. If they hadn't already got, knocked up and married or something like that, or a long-term relationship, right? Listen, it's an ugly game out here. That's why I just feel like every single guy needs to have not just, at this point, if you grown, there ain't no point of you having no female friend. But for you younger guys, conduct an experiment. Conduct an experiment. Don't be afraid to be some of these chicks' friends, right? Especially if you don't have a sister or nothing like that. Especially if you don't have a sister, but befriend some of these chicks. Like, actually be their friend. Not saying like be all like creepy and all that, trying to get in their panties and all that, but actually be their friend. Actually sit back and see, like what they talk about. Like, what are the guys they're dating, and this, that, and the third. I learned that most of these chicks that I was, friends with, they all dated the same guys. And not the same as the same, but the same prototypes, the same character traits, the same bad boys, the same guys that got all the chicks, and they just like they was the same guys. It didn't change. It didn't change. And then chicks, like I said, I was the beta male orbiter. So, I hover around, and, later on when we got into adulthood, just after graduation, I'll still hover around, now we can, go get some alcohol and all that. We can drink and smoke and all that stuff. Yeah, I hung around. Listen, one chick that I was friends with, I used to just go over there and chill. She'll never let me hit, but guess what? She would take her clothes off in front of me. She would take her clothes, she would get butt naked. And I'm sitting there bricked up like, you serious? But I was so, listen, that's why also it's so many different caveats to it. There's so many different caveats to it because like there was something sexually gratifying about me for them to, one, keep me around, two, like allow me to see certain vulnerabilities about them, right? Like getting naked, like telling me about, going to the clinic, abortions, STDs, small meats, little meats, big meats, and all that stuff. Like I said, beta male orbiters, they kind of in the same category as the girlfriends, right? Because what chick would strip in front of a guy, and yeah, he's your friend, but still a guy, but then act like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to some extent, she like, basically look at this ass, right? Look at this ass. And, and to be frank, to be real, you know, those times when she did do that, you know, I snuck some feels in. She'll never let me hit. Oh, I got a boy. There was times, gentlemen, where she had a boyfriend. There was times where she had a boyfriend, and she would get butt naked in front of me, and I'll sneak feels like, no, we can't do nothing. I got a boyfriend. Like, man, y'all don't. Whew. We gonna have to sit down and talk about these stories. We're gonna have to have a story time. Let me know in the comment section. Do y'all want to hear more about these stories of mine? Let me know down in the comment section. Do y'all actually, how about a live stream? How about a live stream? We just sit back and just talk about some of these stories, right? Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about these stories, right? We're gonna have one night, we're just gonna sit back and talk about some of these stories because I need to go into details with y'all because some of y'all truly don't know, like, this stuff been wicked out here. It's been wicked. And I've been touching on chicks while they had boyfriends, and you know, I'm hanging around, and you know, boyfriends, and listen. Little do they know, I'm thotting and plotting. I'm trying to smash your hoe. Yes, sir, with that fat booty. Yeah, I was plotting, and I finally got that booty. Bent her over down on the floor. Yeah, get your ass on the floor, doggy style. Now, but female nature is cruel, man. Female nature is cruel. It's very chaotic. Right? They're all over the place. And think about now. Think about the girls of now. Think about the girls of today. Think about what they're doing today. Think about what they're going through today. The things that they're doing. Now we got online. Like some of these 16, 17-year-olds, probably younger than that, they posting, you know, crazy pictures online. But dudes can't even tell if they're underage or not. This is happening. Yep. This is happening. They'll keep dudes around, you know, for attention. And then when they actually want you, when they actually want to solidify it, then they'll throw that thing on you. Right? They'll throw what you've been waiting on it. But see, like me, see, I was already getting some. These are the chicks that I just wanted. Right? So I'll hang around and play the long game. See, back then as a teenager and all that stuff, you'll play the long game because coochie just wasn't landing out the air like it is now. But yeah, you'll play the long game, and yeah, year go by, 2 years go by, you still ain't hit. You beating your little Peter Whacker off tour and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Right? And then, you know, back to my best friend. Yeah, we used to, you know, smoke and all that stuff, and I used to, you know, rub on her and all that stuff. And like, yeah, they don't give the goods up immediately to the beta male orbiters. Right? They play the long game because they, like I said, they know that's the guy that's going to be security. Right? They know that's the guy that should be security. Right? Because you acting like, you know, like I said, you playing a long game. You trying, you telling, you piping her head up. Yeah, you're beautiful. You shouldn't be dealing with those guys. Yeah, that was me. That was me. Yeah, you're so beautiful. You shouldn't be dealing with those guys. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm a shoulder to cry on. Look at this big old shoulder. Look at that big old shoulder. Yeah, cry on that, and then go bend over. Yeah, go bend over. Yeah, I'm a make sure he knows that you're a good woman. Yeah, that's female nature. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. You know, just a little fun time with y'all, man. Uh, yeah, and that's an after pill. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.